So I was driving to the airport to go home a few days ago, and I got pulled over again by some cop in Georgia. I don't think it was GSP, but some cop in Georgia pulled me over again. And long story short, he was like, yeah, we had a report that you were going 90 plus, weaving in and out of traffic. Someone reported that they saw a yellow sports car doing that. I was like, yeah, that wasn't me, unfortunately. I purposely been going the speed limit because I just got a ticket. I didn't tell him that, but I told him how I purposely been going the speed limit. And he's like, okay, I'll be right back. And he came back like 2 minutes later and just gave me a verbal warning. Thank God. I would have been very, very mad if he had given me another ticket. And thanks for helping me hit 400 subscribers, guys. I need you guys to keep sharing the channel, liking the videos, watching the videos, and I hope you guys are enjoying them. But that's awesome. I appreciate all the support so far. Today I want to tell you guys, only because I've had a couple people ask me how I got it and how I came about liking Camaros and all that type of stuff, but how I got my Camaro that I have today. I currently own a 2012 Chevrolet Camaro SS. I bought it, I think it had like 4,200 miles on it, not even, something like that. So pretty much brand new. A few things that helped me to get it for as cheap that I did too was that I bought it in January, and this was in Pennsylvania, so it was midwinter, not the season for sports cars, so that helps to lower the price a little bit. Plus, I did months and months and months of research on all different cars. I watched them for a while, and that was one of the cars that I'd been watching for a while, and they had it on their lot. I think when I purchased it, they had it on their lot for 163 days or something pretty long. They had it on their lot way too long, and they just wanted to get rid of the car. So those things are what helped me to get it for cheaper than I would have normally gotten it. It all started when I was 11. I think I saw a picture of an old Camaro online or something like that, and I started looking up more pictures, and I was 11, so I didn't really look up like prices of them and information about them. I was just looking at pictures of them online, and the more pictures I looked at, the more I became obsessed with them. And I was like, oh, that would be awesome to own a Camaro. So my parents, me being 11, they said, you know what? They said, if you work hard for it, we'll help you out a little bit for it. If you can really show us that you're willing to work hard, put the effort in, then we'll help you out. So I said, okay. I'll start by saying it took me 6 years to save up. I was 11 when I started, bought it at 17. It took me 6 years to save up, and I had, I think, 4 or 5 jobs throughout those 6 years that helped me save up. And at one point I had 2 or 3 jobs at once, so I put in the effort for it. And I didn't have any other expenses to pay for at the time. I'm fucking 11 to 17 years old, and I didn't have anything to pay for at the time. At the time, my older sister had been working at a bakery, and they needed part-time help that eventually turned into full-time help. Well, not full-time, but after I was done school and stuff, I'd help out. But I started doing part-time, just like these little festivals that they had at the bakery, and I pretty much just did the bitch work. I would run out trays and trays and trays of apple dumplings, and then I'd run them back in. Yeah, Rob, how fucking queer of you. Yeah, work at a bakery, fuck yeah. At the time, it was the only job I could find or had the opportunity to do, so I took it. I was 11, I didn't fucking care what I was doing. I worked there for a couple years. Eventually I started checking people out, so I was a cashier, and I'd sit there and make the pastries and all the pies and all the queer shit. No, but I would set up a few things in the morning like that needed to be baked later on. But for the most part, I didn't do much baking. I just checked people out and tidied up and took out the trash and all that bitch work. Oh, and another thing, all throughout all these jobs that I was doing, I saved up all my money from Christmases, birthdays. I'd get a couple $100 at Christmas time. I'd get a couple $100 at birthdays from family, graduation money, all that type of stuff. Confirmation, I'm Catholic, so all that type of money, I'd save all that money up. And then after a few years of doing the bakery and doing all that fucking feminine dumb shit, old lady retired bullshit, I started working for a I started initially working for a moving company. One of my best friend, his dad owns a moving company, so I started working for him, and I worked for him for a couple years, but that wasn't like, that was only a couple days a week and only during certain seasons. But in the meantime, the days I wasn't doing that, I was working at a steakhouse near me, and I was just bussing tables, and it was a high-end steakhouse, and I worked there most days after school. And then when I wasn't working there, obviously I'd work with my friend, and or my friend's father's company. I'd work with him. I saved up all that money over the years, and a couple years after, I don't remember exactly when it was, but a couple years after I said, okay, I really want a Camaro. I saw a picture of a Camaro online when the 5th generation Camaros came out, and it was, I'll always remember, it was a white Camaro with red stripes. And I was like, wow. I thought that was like the coolest looking Camaro there was. I was like, I gotta get that. And then obviously my taste changed down the line, hence why I have a yellow and black Camaro. But that's the Camaro that I printed out pictures, and I had as my background, and I was obsessed with that kind of Camaro, that color Camaro. So I worked those two jobs for a few years, and I started to get a lot. I should say a lot. I started to get a pretty nice chunk of change in my savings account. And when I started to get closer to the end, I really started cutting down and saving. I did a lot to save my money. I was pretty stingy with my money, and understandably, I was working towards a goal that I really wanted. And when I worked that job with my friend's dad's moving company, he's got a big moving company and moves some pretty high-end people. So I made, holy fucking shit, that dog scared the balls out of me. Fuck that. Fucking piece of shit, dog. Control your fucking animals. Anyway, as I'm saying, he moves some pretty high-end people, so I got a decent amount of tips. And I got some pretty nice tips some days weren't as good. But on top of my pay, I got some nice tips. Plus, all jobs, what is this? All my jobs except my except the steakhouse job, I was fortunate enough to get paid under the table too, so that helped. I didn't have taxes taken out, got the money up front, and I could deposit it right in the bank. So that definitely helped. If this fucking dog attacks me on the way back, I'm gonna fucking punt it. Just kidding, I would never punt a puppy, but that scared the shit out of me, dude. Control your fucking animal. Eat my ass, bitch! Fucking old. Suck my fucking hairy nuts, you bitch. What the f? She gives me the finger. You have the fucking retard dog that jumped out at me while I'm on 2 wheels. Yeah, great idea. Oh, yeah. No, I guess I'm in the wrong for that one, because I can't control my animals either. And all the people wondering, I didn't pay for the car in full. My parents made a deal with me back when I was 11 years old. And the deal pretty much was, if I could work consistently for years, like years until I purchased it, and I saved up enough money to pay for a little more than half of the car, and the insurance for a little while, obviously not forever, the insurance for a little while, that they would match the money that I had, and they would help me out with the rest. So people are going to be like, oh yeah, your parents gave you the car. They didn't give me the car, I worked for it. No, I didn't pay for all of it, but it was 6 years of savings. I can't fucking save up. I can only save up so much money within that little time frame. Not little, 6 years, but it's enough. But I had no expenses, I had nothing to worry about, so all the money I had coming in, I could save. That's what people don't understand. I didn't have to pay for anything else. So I was able to save all the money that I had. So I'm not going to give you exact figures, but when the time came to buy it, I had saved up a little more than half, and enough for, I'd say about a year's insurance, which, that was a lot of money. It still is a lot of money, but it was the last 6 years worth of me busting my ass pretty much to get that money. So my parents went through with their plan, and their portion that they kicked me was also like It was like my birthday gift, my Christmas gift, my next year's birthday gift, my next year's Christmas gift. So I didn't get gifts after that for a while, but that was fine with me. I worked towards that goal, and that's all I wanted. I was really set on getting a Camaro. So the funds were available, and I was able to purchase it, so I did months and months and months. I probably did about 7 months, I'd say, yeah, I'd say anywhere from 6 to 7 months of research and just looking online for the best deal, the right mileage, the right location, all that type of stuff. And I ended up traveling. It was an hour away in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And I wasn't a fan of the dealership themselves, but they had the car that I wanted at the time. It was a 2012 Camaro SS. Which is the V8 model, and it had 4,200 miles on it. The guy who bought it, or the guy who had it before me, his wife did not enjoy her husband having the car, so he had to sell it or trade it in. I'm not sure what he did, but that was the car I narrowed it down to that I wanted. It took me 6 years, saving 95% of the money that I got, and some help from my parents. And that's what they did. The only reason they gave me the money, or the rest of the money for it, was because I showed them that I was willing to work hard for something. I showed them I had the skill sets to persevere, work hard, and save, which a lot of people have trouble doing with nowadays. But I was able to do it, and that was like my first major purchase, and boy was I proud when I was able to buy that thing. I still am proud of it, but I was really fucking proud when I was able to drive home in that car. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulder, something I've been wanting for years and years, since I was a little boy, and I was finally able to get it. It was a great feeling. So recommendation to all you guys out there, if you want something that bad, make a deal with your parents. Like, see if they'll help you out a little bit. If you show them that you have the if you're willing to put in the effort and the time to save up for something that you really care about. Some parents will say no, and then some will say yeah. It all depends on your situation, but you'll be surprised if you show your parents you have the skill set to accomplish something big. I'm sure they'll help you out in some way or another. I bought it midwinter, and then like my dumbass got it stuck like 2 or 3 times that winter. That was fucking miserable, getting a rear-wheel drive car out of like inches and inches of snow. And then the motorcycle, I paid for that. I saved up more after I had made the purchase of the Camaro, and I saved up more, and I paid for the whole bike myself, and I insured myself completely. So that's probably the second biggest purchase I made. I also got a surprise coming for you guys. I ordered something. It should be here in hopefully about a week. Follow me on Instagram to stay updated on that type of stuff. And I'll probably put it on Twitter too, and then you'll see it in an upcoming video, hopefully. I think it's pretty cool. You guys, you can let me know what you think when you see it, but I'm looking forward to it. Share the video and channel with your friends too. Get the word out there, because I don't plan on going anywhere, and I plan to upload a lot more videos in the future, both on my car and my motorcycle. I live in an apartment complex, and my mom was asking me when I was home on break. She was like, do you think you're gonna get any trick-or-treaters? And I was like, nah, probably not. But if I get any trick-or-treaters, I'm just gonna throw a beer into their bag. Fuck giving them candy. I'm gonna throw them a Natty Light, baby. She didn't appreciate that. She said, you better not give them beer. Whatever, Mom, I'll do what I want. Hopefully no more fucking killer dogs come and get me. Fucking dogs, get out of here. Fuck off. Ah! Yes, I love it, yes! She was dressed up like an Indian. All my new subscribers and Instagram followers and Twitter followers and all you people, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm really trying to grow my channel so I can keep producing videos that you guys enjoy. You guys seem to like them, so and I enjoy making them. I have a blast making these videos just for shits and giggles, and I enjoy talking and making these videos on topics that you guys like to see. But if you're subscribed to me, follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you don't already. The links are in the description. If you're watching this video and you aren't subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button and like the video. It would help me out a lot. And if you enjoy the content and want to see upcoming videos, turn on notifications so you're notified when I got some upcoming videos coming out.